Me with boxing trainer Joe Goossen, Hall of Fame trainer. We're here in his private jet as he's returning to Burbank after a very sensational fight yesterday. John Molina, Mickey Bay, and I caught up with Joe. Check it out. What's going on outside? Can we look out the window really quick? Check out the view?
Let me see. I think we're still on the runway. What the hey?
We're above something, huh?
No, we're above absolutely nothing right now. But that's the way it is when you fly from Burbank to Vegas and back. There's really nothing out there.
You had a huge victory tonight, come from behind win. How are you feeling this morning?
Great. You know, listen, it can either be a very easy sleep after a fight or a very disturbed sleep. And I got a great sleep last night after the win. I was a little, got to bed a little late, of course. You're in Vegas, you're not going to go to bed early, but I had a very restful sleep, and I feel great this morning, and I'm very happy for John. I mean, that was an incredible comeback. I finally got to see a little replay of the fight, and it was amazing how that left hook started it all for him. It was a beautiful little left hook. And man, I couldn't believe it, just watching the tape a few minutes ago with you, just how tough Mickey Bay was. He did not want to go down, and I give him all the credit.
I hope to see Mickey Bay and John Molina back. Both of them have my utmost respect. What a great performance. And what's next for John, do you know?
You know, I talked to my brother Dan last night, who promotes Molina, and he just said he's going to get to work on it, you know, this week. So I'm sure by Monday, or even right now, he's fielding calls, making some moves. In fact, those were his words. I'm going to make some moves this week. And I'm sure whatever it is, like the movie made with the Mickey Bay fight, it's going to be a good move. But none of these moves are going to be easy. Whoever you end up fighting, it's going to be tough. At this level, nothing comes easy.
Speaking of tough fights, Lucas Matisse against Danny Garcia. That's the undercard of Mayweather Canelo. What do you think of that fight?
Well, Garcia's a sneaky kid. You might take a look at him and go, oh, we're going to beat him. But, you know, just like he proved against Amir Khan, he's a sneaky puncher. He's a great counter puncher with that left hook. He moves his head well. And, you know, so I don't think he's just going to go in there and get blown out by Matisse. I would probably say Matisse is probably the favorite based on that great punching power of his. He's a very explosive fighter. And, you know, those are the type of guys that are very dangerous, and Matisse is very dangerous in my estimation. But Garcia, you know, look, I don't think Matisse is going to walk in there and blow him out. I think it's going to be a little bit of a battle. I'm not going to say who's going to come out on top because I'm not that well versed on them entirely. But I guess Matisse would probably be the favorite if you were looking at it on the board in Vegas or something. I may be wrong, but I would probably figure he'd be a slight favorite.
Most people are favoring Matisse, but it's hard to go against Danny because every fight people go against him and he wins.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, on paper, on film, you look at him, you think it's going to be easier than it actually turns out. So that might also be the case when he goes up against Matisse. You just never know. That's what makes the sport so great. And if I really knew, I'd be making more money betting these fights than, you know, working the corner. But, you know, I'm too afraid to lose a bet, so I don't. And, you know, even as somebody who's immersed in the sport like myself, you know, you never know who's going to win these fights.
Also, September 14th, Mayweather Canelo. What do you think of the fight?
Well, I think it's one of the greatest fights they've had on paper for a while, and I think it's going to turn out to be a great fight. I would favor Mayweather though, for all the obvious reasons. Nobody's beaten him. He's fought guys that are pressure fighters. You know, they don't do real well against him. In fact, he probably does better against guys that will come to him where he can use all of his boxing skills. Look, there are certain guys that you have to take your lumps when you try to bet against them. whether you're wagering actual money or just saying you're picking someone to win. Well, Mayweather's the guy that you cannot bet against him. You will always lose. Now, that being said, I look at a guy like Canelo and I say, you know, look, a guy like Cotto gave Mayweather a little bit of run for his money, pinned him on the ropes a little bit. You know, and Cotto's not the guy he once was. And, you know, again, I thought he took his foot off the gas a little bit there. Now you've got a younger guy in the mold of a Cotto, who puts on pressure, keeps his hands up, can knock punches down, good head movement, short punches. So Canelo's like that as well, but he's bigger, he's stronger, he's faster, and he's younger. So I'm not counting Canelo out, but I'm picking Mayweather to win.
Have a stay tuned. Joe Goossen here on his private jet, heading back from Vegas to Burbank. For UserReport.com, I'm Malik back reporting.